Someone used my gym check-ins to follow me home. Someone used check-ins to find my car. I didn't realize it at first. I thought it was coincidence. But the first sign wasn't inside the gym. It was outside. My car was unlocked, not wide open, not broken into, just unlocked. I always lock it, every time. That's automatic for me. I hit the fob twice. I wait for the mirrors to fold. That's not something I forget. But that night, they hadn't. Nothing inside was missing. Nothing looked touched. But the driver's seat was pushed back slightly. Not enough to notice right away. Just enough to feel wrong. Like someone had been there and tried to put it back. I stood there longer than I should have, just staring at it, trying to convince myself it meant nothing. I told myself I misremembered. People do that. Routine gets blurry. But the next night, it happened again. Same thing. Unlocked. Seat off. This time, the floor mat was slightly bent near the pedals. And something else. The air felt different inside. Stale. Like the door had been open longer than it should have been. That's when I stopped brushing it off. That's when I started paying attention. I go to the gym around the same time every night, late, around 9:30. It's quieter then, fewer people, less noise, but the same faces. You start recognizing people without ever talking to them. There was one guy I started noticing, mid-30s, didn't lift, didn't use machines, he just moved around, phone in hand, always near the front, always looking like he was waiting for something. At first I ignored it. People do weird routines, but once I started watching, he didn't have one. He wasn't working out. He was tracking movement, watching who came in, watching who left, not in a curious way, in a controlled way, like he was logging it. The second sign came inside. I checked in like usual. Scan card, beep, screen flashes your name. Simple, routine. But that night, the front desk girl stepped away right after I scanned, and he moved in, not casually, direct, focused. He stood in front of the screen, not touching anything, just looking, long enough to read, long enough to memorize. Then he raised his phone slightly, just enough that it didn't look obvious. Then he walked off. That stuck with me because that screen shows more than people think. Name, photo, last four digits, membership details, and it stays up longer than it should, long enough for someone to take it. That same night, when I walked out, his car was 2 rows over from mine, engine off, lights off, but he was inside, phone lighting up his face, still watching. After that, the pattern locked in. Every time I went, he was there, not always in the same spot, not always doing the same thing, but always present. And my car, it kept happening. Unlocked, seat moved, radio changed once, mirror slightly adjusted. One night, the trunk wasn't fully closed, not open, just not sealed, like someone checked it and didn't push it all the way down. That's not random, that's testing. That's someone seeing how far they can go without being caught. So, I changed my routine, came earlier one night, 7 instead of 9:30. He wasn't there. My car was fine, nothing touched. That should have ended it, but it didn't. 2 days later, he adjusted. I came in at 7:45. He was already there, sitting near the front, watching the entrance. That's when it hit me. He wasn't randomly showing up. He was sinking to me. I tested it harder, skipped 3 days, came back on a different day, different time. He wasn't there at first, but 2 days later, he was. Same pattern, same behavior, adjusted again. That's when it stopped being coincidence. That's when I knew he was learning me. I started checking my car differently after that. Not just locked, everything: seat, mirrors, storage, handles. One night, I found something I couldn't ignore. A receipt, not mine. Different store, different time. Folded, placed inside the driver door pocket, not dropped, not blown in, placed. That meant someone opened my door, stood inside my car, looked around, and left something behind on purpose, like proof, like a message. That's not curiosity anymore, that's control. A few nights later, I found my glove compartment slightly open. Inside, papers shifted, insurance pulled forward, and this time my address was visible, turned outward, like someone had checked it and made sure it was easy to see. That's when it crossed a line. Now, it wasn't just access to my car, it was access to where I lived. I reported it to the gym. They told me to file a police report, said they'd review cameras, but the cameras didn't cover the angles that mattered. Parking lot was partial. Front desk had blind spots. No one logs who stands at the check-in screen. No one tracks who reads it. No one cares until something happens. That's when I realized the system wasn't broken, it was open. So I escalated. I stopped leaving immediately after workouts. I sat in my car, lights off, watching, waiting. 3 nights, nothing. Then the 4th, he showed. He didn't come straight to me. He circled, walked past twice, phone in hand, acting like he was killing time, but he wasn't. He was checking, making sure. Then he stopped, 2 cars over, facing my direction, still, watching. I didn't move. I wanted to see how far he'd go. After about a minute, he started walking toward my car, slow, casual, like it meant nothing. But it didn't line up. His path didn't make sense. He wasn't going anywhere. He was coming to me. That's when I hit the lock, hard, loud. The car beeped, lights flashed. He froze. Just for a second, then turned, walked away, didn't even look back. But that wasn't the part that stuck. It was how fast he adjusted, like he already had another way. Next day, he didn't come near the lot, didn't even step outside. He stayed inside the gym, closer to the desk, closer to the screen, longer than before, not drifting anymore, positioned. And that's when I noticed something I'd ignored before. The check-in screen doesn't reset right away. It cycles. One name, then another. Photos, membership status. Sometimes it glitches and holds longer than it should, long enough to read, long enough to capture. And when staff stepped away, no one was there to block it. No one questioned it. No one noticed him because he looked like he belonged. That's what made it dangerous. I started watching the screen too, not for me, for everyone else. People didn't even look at it. They scanned and walked, didn't turn around, didn't cover anything, didn't think, and he stayed just far enough back to see all of it. That's when I realized this wasn't just about me. He had a list, not written, not saved in front of anyone, but in his head, faces, names, patterns. And I saw something that made it worse. A girl scanned in. He watched the screen, then looked up, tracked her direction, then looked back at the screen again, matching, confirming, building it. That's not random. That's system use. That same night, I walked out early, didn't finish my workout. I wanted to break the pattern. I wanted to leave before him. But when I got to the lot, my car door was already open, not wide, just slightly cracked, like someone had just stepped away. I froze. Didn't go closer, didn't touch it. I scanned the lot. And that's when I saw him, not walking toward me, already walking away from my direction, phone in hand, calm. That means he wasn't guessing anymore. He wasn't testing. He knew. I checked the car slowly, nothing missing, but everything moved. Seat back further this time, mirror angled down, glove box open again, and this time my registration was out, not just visible, pulled halfway out like it had been read carefully. That's when it hit harder than before. He wasn't just checking, he was studying. After that, he didn't need the screen anymore. He stayed outside more, near the exit, watching people leave, matching faces to cars, confirming what he already took. And once that connection was made, name to face, face to car, car to address, it was done. You don't need access anymore. After that, you just need time. That's when my apartment changed. First, the scratches near the lock, thin, fresh. Then, my doormat shifted, not blown, not random, moved, like someone stood there longer than normal. Then one night, my trash bag was open, still tied, but loosened. That's not theft. That's someone checking, looking for more information, more confirmation. I went back to the gym one last time, not to work out, to test something. I stood near the desk, watched the screen, and I counted. In 10 minutes, I saw 6 full names, 4 profile photos, 2 membership numbers, 1 phone number, partially visible, no protection, no timeout, no staff, just access. That's not a glitch. That's the system. I canceled my membership, lost the remaining balance, didn't argue, didn't explain. I changed everything, parking, routes, timing, but the cost didn't stop there. I took time off work, stayed home more, installed extra locks, bought cameras, changed my routines completely. That's money, that's time, that's life shifting, because someone had enough access to make it real. A week later, the note showed up on my windshield. Missed you. But this time, it wasn't the message. It was how it was placed, tucked under the wiper, perfectly centered. That means time. That means no rush. That means confidence. I switched gyms, different area, different time, different everything, and for a while, nothing happened. Until one night, I saw the same pattern, not him, but someone else, same behavior, same positioning, same watching, and that's when it hit me. It wasn't just him, it's the system. People think this starts with someone dangerous. It doesn't. It starts with something open, a screen, a name, a routine, something small that gives someone just enough. And once they have enough, they don't stop. They don't need to because they already built what they need. I still check my car every time, every single time, not because of what was taken, because of what was learned. And the system, it's still running right now. If this made you rethink how exposed your routine really is, that's exactly the point. These situations don't start with force. They start with access, patterns, and systems that stay open too long. Stay sharp and keep learning through the urban warning.